We are live. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Spitball Media Podcast. This is your weekly look of us spitting out the top stories in the entertainment landscape. Year-end edition. Last fucking one of the year. My name is John Draper. Shaheen, it's the last show of 2023.
Yeah, man, it doesn't even feel like the end of the year.
Not even
Like, I completely forgot it's in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Does not feel like it.
It doesn't feel like it. B-Show, does it feel like you're moving on to another year?
In a way it does. Different opportunities, trying new things. And it is weird though. I will say, I was putting away laundry, talking to my wife today, and I'm like, can you believe it's been like almost 5 days since Christmas? Like it's been almost a week already. And it's just time is just going by so fucking fast, man.
I know. And before you know it, we'll all be dead. We'll all be gone. We won't even be
One
here
can hope.
anymore. Fingers crossed. If you're joining us for the first time, thanks for checking us out. But you really want to consider in the new year or even before the new year, treat yourself, kick the year off right. Go to patreon.com/Spitball Media. $5 a month. I mean, Shah, as far as things in the year and how expensive things go, you can't even get a week of streaming services for $5 right now.
I'm pretty sure you can't get a single diaper for $5 nowadays. So
probably, unless it's full already. Unless you get a soiled one.
Yeah, if it's from one of those girls that fart in the diaper and send it to you, then yeah, it's a couple $100.
All right. Well, let's not get too turned on. We won't be able to finish the show. B-Show, $5. I mean, you're a financial sound person. You're a financial astute young man. Really, $5 for a month of entertainment with maybe thousands of hours, literally, of audible content. I mean, I don't know that there's a better deal out there currently.
Absolutely not, John. I think we were just talking about it offline. Netflix is going to be like $20 a month if you don't want commercials and stuff.
24 high def 4K.
Oh, there we go. High def 4K is $24. So go to patreon.com backsplash. I'm getting you last week you called me a fucking road worker. Now I'm thinking I'm a grout and tile layer. /Spitball Media. $5 a month. Tons of content, hours of shows, bonus exclusives. Q&As are returning in 2024 like a scorching case of herpes. It's all there for a great deal.
Right. And Shah, unlike everything else since we've started this show that has gone up by hundreds of percentage points, this hasn't gone up a cent.
Yeah, our show has gone through an evolution, if you will. And we've changed, but the price has not changed. The price is still the same.
Yeah. The content's still there for everybody to enjoy. And we have a great group of people in there that have been keeping the lights on this place since day one. Now, a little program note for them. This weekend, you'll be getting your last Patreon show of the year. It's just going to be a New Year's Eve special. We're going to talk about New Year's, our favorite New Year's. I had a wild New Year's not that long ago. But now my New Year's are more like probably Wilford Brimley style. And I know he's been dead for years, B-Show, but I'm talking about Wilford Brimley now as a dead person. That's what
I was going to say, are you talking Cocoon Wilford Brimley, Wilford Brimley, or Diabetes Wilford Brimley?
Fun fact, I'm the same age as Cocoon Wilford Brimley. And you could look it up if you don't believe me. I am statistically, Shah, did you know that? Wilford Brimley and Cocoon and I, same age right now.
I don't think I know who that is. Who is that?
You never saw Cocoon?
No.
Oh, wow. You never heard
the
of
Diabetes
Cocoon?
guy?
You never heard of remember the Diabetes commercial? The old guy who has diabetes?
If you share a picture, I might recognize it. But
you should.
My head, no.
Yeah, Wilford. Well, there was this big movie in the 80s called Cocoon about an alien ship that lands in an old age home, and all the old people swim in their pool, which is they have these cocoons in the pool, and it makes them feel young. You don't know who this guy is?
Yeah, I remember this guy. I don't know what I remember him from, but
yeah. Well,
him.
Well, yeah, him and I in some of these pictures are literally the same age. Like the exact same age.
Can you pull here IMDb? I'm curious to see what I know him from. I definitely know that guy.
I'm surprised you've never seen Cocoon. Cocoon's a big movie.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Well, that's what and he had a TV show, I think, but he also did a bunch of diabetes commercials because he had the diabetes.
No, I know him.
He's in The Thing. He's in The Thing.
Yeah, The Thing.
He's Blair.
The Natural, The Firm.
That's not it, though. There's something else I know him from.
Maybe TV. He's done a lot of television.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen him.
Guy was around for a long time. B-Show, pull up a Wilford Brimley Cocoon. I just because I might even be older than him in Cocoon, And I'm not. This is not something. This is not bragging. Yeah, him in Cocoon. You see him with the little kid? That's with the hat. Yeah, that's me. Scroll down right there. Those three guys, you dancing. That's me. I'm the same age as most of these people. That's not bullshit. Look it up. You could literally look it up. He's in his.
And you may be older now because I think we discovered this a couple years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same age as the diabetes guy. But go to spitballmedia.com on Patreon, $5. You won't get the diabetes, but it's really sweet. And of course, shout out to everybody in the chat. We have Chris Matthews, we have Marquise, and Joe Punches is there. The Drew Yari experience. He hasn't seen me with my beard. Drew Yari and I had a wonderful talk about bourbon today. It was fascinating. We had I'm the bourbon guy now. I like that. I'm the bourbon bearded twat. But thank you guys for hanging out in the chat. And thank you to the many, many Patreons who have been with us. Shah, I mean, we've had people literally since day one in like a really good retention rate of Patreon holders.
Yeah, I would honestly say a solid half of us since been day one people.
Yeah, maybe more.
Yeah. By the way, I know him from Hard Target. That's what I know him from.
Oh, he's in Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah, I think that's where I know him from.
Does he give Jean-Claude Van Damme the diabetes in there? Is that like No? He doesn't give him the diabetes.
See what else he's done. He looks very familiar. Like I've seen him in other
Van Damme fights all the underlings, and finally he's like, "I'm not going to fight you, but here's some diabetes."
I'm not going to fight you, but here's some diabetes for you.
Like Street Fighter style.
Try kicking your way out of the diabetes while you're at it. Try kicking your way out of it.
Falls off mid kick.
Yeah.
Kevin Castle's there. What's up, Kevin Castle?
Oh, Kevin Castle's here.
He says he's the same age as Archie Bunker and All the Family season 8. Ooh.
Yeah. I think I'm the same age as Ted Knight in Caddyshack. I'd have to look that up. Okay. I might be the same age as Roddy, and that'd be a fun thing. We should do that for a Patreon special, show. Like Draper. How old is Draper? There was this dude who kept saying I was 60 on the internet, and I'm like, dude, if I look like this 60, I wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. I would talk about it all the time. I wouldn't shut the fuck up if I looked like this at 60. But whatchamacallit? We got a fun show for you tonight. Shah's letting the dog out, literally and figuratively. But of course, B-Show, we're coming off of our Christmas episode last week. B-Show, did you have a nice Christmas?
I did. And Joe Punches already talked about it. I think you mentioned the overcoat here. It's a flannel. It's orange and black. Got some Halloween patches and shit on it. I got a Remarkable because it's awesome. It's like an electronic notepad, but you can
Remarkable? What is that?
It's like you can write on it and then convert it to text. I'm a fucking nerd. And then download your notes.
Who makes that? Who makes it?
I have no idea.
Have you heard of that, Shah? A Remarkable?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I got an Inconceivable. That's where I can't conceive what it is you got there, B-Show.
No, it's for like organizing notes and writing shit down and turning it into text and
I like that.
Shit. Yeah, it's really cool. But
did you get that from Santa?
I did. Santa. We had a in-house invasion, and he showed up and killed everybody for us, and then gave me the Remarkable.
What did the little kids get? What did you get the little kids there?
Oh,
it was 5 days ago. I hope you remember. You probably paid for everything. So let's see what you got.
Yeah. So my daughter's into makeup, so she got a whole bunch of makeup shit, and I bought her a styling head, like Al Snow's head.
You bought her head from Al Snow?
Bought her severed head, fucking Seven style.
Jesus Christ. What was it? Was in the box? Did she say what was in the box? Like, was she asking what was in the box? Dad, what's in the box? So
and then my son.
Where'd you get the little kid?
He wanted a Link action figure, and he wanted Tears of the Kingdom, which is the new Zelda game.
Oh, I've heard that.
He's got Breath of the Wild, and it's super hard for him. And I'm like, dude, don't ask Santa for Tears of the Kingdom. So like a day after going to see Santa, he's like, I just asked him for the toy. I'm like, we're good.
Oh, nice.
And then like 3 days later, he goes, hey, Dad, don't tell Mom, but I asked for Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm like, fuck.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that was after we'd already got him a whole bunch of shit. So I had to go out like.
Oh, isn't that the worst when they pull
Christmas
that?
And find it? Yeah.
Isn't that the worst? And what did you get the wife there? Did you get anything special?
I got her a bag of sand and some coal and a nice brush for the oven and told her to get to work. No,
wow.
I bought her. It's a Midwestern Christmas.
Right.
No, I got her like an hour
birthday. So it's just like her birthday not that long ago.
Exactly. Yeah.
You recapped it.
Yeah, I just grabbed it out from the drawer.
Remember that sand from a few months ago?
Yeah. So like a massage. What what else? Some shit she
Hi-oh!
wanted, and yeah, just a bunch of shit she wanted.
Okay. Okay. Well, as long as you and I had a nice time. Shah, what was your Christmas like? I saw you had some kick and matching PJs there on the old social media.
Yeah. My mom actually got it for the whole family, so everybody had them.
Okay.
Christmas
That's
was
cool.
good. Christmas was good. I wasn't able to do as much as I usually do because I usually go all out for Christmas, drop a couple thousand on the whole family. I
Wow.
overdo it. Yeah, I overdo it. So this year I was kind
I
of
overdo it.
not able to do it as much as I usually do, but everybody still got stuff.
Uh-huh. Did you get good stuff though? What did you get?
I got $300 in cash. I got
Nice.
$100 gift card from my girl, and she also got me a bunch of snacks, and she got me a Killer Clowns Funko Pop set, which I
A
don't collect
set?
Funko Pops anymore. But yeah, hold on, I'll show it to you.
I didn't know you got to be. I got a Funko Pop myself. So wait a minute. She got you a set of all the fucking killer. By the way, Shah's referring to, and Bisho is going to know, of course, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. If you're in the chat, if you've never seen it, Bisho, it's a fucking great movie, Killer Clowns from Outer. It really is, right? It's a fun movie.
It's one of the first horror movies I ever watched. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, you really did get that. That's fucking crazy.
Is that the candy cane cocoon thing?
Yeah. Holy shit, Shah. That's badass. Is that an exclusive? Is that just like a new thing?
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
a
seen that.
Spirit Halloween exclusive.
Oh wow.
But it's the only Funko Pop I have now because I got rid of all mine.
Yeah,
but,
you sold
she
yours,
got
right?
it for me, so
That's pretty badass. Wow.
I'll
That
keep
wow.
it.
Now, what did you get her? Did you get her anything special?
Yeah, I got her some like combat boots, bunch of makeup shit. I got a cat rug. What else? I got her a bunch of shit. I don't know, dude. It was
Jesus.
a lot.
Yeah.
Some
That's
shower
always weird too. Just
steamers.
like a lot of random shit.
Yeah, she just asked for a bunch of random shit. Shower
That's fun,
steamers,
yeah.
a bag,
Yeah.
random shit.
Shah, I got a Funko Pop. It's the Daredevil, Matt Murdock, the guy who plays Daredevil, with a shirt that says "I'm not Daredevil." I've always wanted that. It's one of my favorite issues of Daredevil. And I was looking for the T-shirt that says "I'm not Daredevil," but my kids were like, "We couldn't find it. We couldn't find it." They got me a bunch of shit, man. It was great. I got a PS5. For people who don't know, I did get a PlayStation 5. I'm about 2 feet away from it, and I got the Spider-Man bundle, and I only got one of the generic controllers. I didn't get like a fancy controller, but I'm having a lot of fun playing it down here. This is my office. This is where I work out. I mean, I get drunk and fall asleep and watch TV. And this is where we podcast occasionally. I'm having a blast playing Spider-Man 2. It's a lot of fun. I'm so out of video game culture that like I don't know shit. Like I'm not up on everything. I don't stream. I probably will just play it like a half hour a day, an hour a day, like on the weekends, and then move the fuck on. But it was a nice gift to get. It's fucking amazing. I'm glad I got it. And it does a lot of shit. Like I haven't had anything since a PS2 shot, so I'm about 20 years behind.
Yeah, I'm completely out of the video game scene. Like the last video game console, I think it was a GameCube.
GameCube? The
Yeah.
OG GameCube?
No, what am I saying? I have a Nintendo Switch. I just never.
Oh,
play
that's
it.
not okay. That's not that
Yeah,
long.
I just never play it. It is here though.
I didn't know you have. Okay, Bisho, what do you have for the kids? What do the kids play?
The Switch. Sophie
Switch.
doesn't really like video games that much. She'll play sometimes, but Brennan loves video games. So his Switch
he's
is
a
like
little dude.
I don't know. He loves that shit, man. Just
Yeah.
everything.
I'm having a good
He
time.
got a bunch of games, but the Tears of the Kingdom was the one he really wanted. Now, speaking of gaming, I've picked this combination up for $20.
What did you get?
I got an old CRT TV for my office.
Look at that.
I got the
God,
Nintendo
your office
64
is so
hooked up.
nice. Your office is huge, dude. I need a big office.
It's like the size of a small bedroom. It was
These
an
kids
extra
got to
room
move out so I could take over one of the rooms. That's what's going to happen. It's never going to happen. They're going to be here forever. But Drew Yari, I did. I got a PS5. You got a PS5 too? I got the Spider-Man 2 game. I'm loving it, man. It's a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. Like I'm playing Spider-Man 2 and it's like real based in like the 5 boroughs, and it really like it makes me miss the city, man. Like I don't know what it is. I'm like, man, I'm like playing this like, oh fuck, it looks just like the city. I miss the city. You know what I mean? But we hope you guys had a great holiday. Whether it was Kwanzaa, which I believe is going on now, and Christmas, or what's the other one? What does Satanists celebrate, Shah? Like Baphomet's birthday, and of course Hanukkah that had happened a couple weeks back. But we hope you guys had a great holiday. And again, Patreon, you'll get your holiday bonus show this week. Now, next month, we're going right back to the Q&A monthlies. We've kept them away because we've had a lot of other stuff going on. So we'll put a link out in the new year for the monthly Q&A. And of course, I think we have everybody in the chat there. Slave Cheeks is 10 minutes late. He's getting a demerit. Eric Turner, what's up, Eric Turner? People seem like they got some good stuff. Joe Punches, I think, got a new iPad. There's a tickets to a con in March, the Planet Comic Con. That's nice, man. I hope you guys all got good stuff. And Chris Matthews,
his daughter's meeting
I
Matthew
just,
Lillard and somebody else from Scream.
Matthew Illard and Skeet Ulrich. Okay, I know who that is from the first Scream. And Matthew Lillard was just in Five Nights at Freddy's. I almost said Five Guys at Freddy's. But yeah, Chris Matthews, I just swing around the city. That's it. I just fucking literally I just like swinging around the city. Like, I don't even stop crime. I'm just like, whatever, dude. I'm just
Five Guys at Freddy's sounds crazy, dude.
Five Guys at Freddy's could be like a food porn parody, I think. That would probably work. I think that would work. But
or it could be other things,
It could be other things.
Sure.
But yeah, so we hope you guys have a good New Year's. Well, for the bonus show, we're going to be talking about New Year's, all of our favorite New Year's. All the stuff that we don't get to in the free here. We had a bunch of stuff we want to get to tonight, but a couple things real quick. I want to get this out of the way. I was on Wrestling Soup. I don't know when it's airing. I did a review with Mish for the Iron Claw. I saw it last Friday. I know you two haven't seen it yet, and we never really discuss in details movies here as far as plot and stuff. Like, movie would have to be out for a long time. But I did see it. I enjoyed it. I had some issues with it. They're the same issues I think a lot of people have with the film. I'm not sure when that's coming out on Wrestling Soup, but it's going to be part of
now.
It is up now. Okay, it did drop. Okay, I wasn't sure when it was dropping or if it was going right to Patreon. But I did enjoy it. I want to ask you two guys something really quick, because obviously this is a movie we've talked about, we all know about. What is your take, B-Show, on what you're hearing about the Iron Claw? Do you feel that you need to go see it? Are you feeling like you could wait till it lands on HBO Max through A24's new distribution deal?
I was going to try to go see it this week, and I got tied up with stuff. I really do want to see it. I don't want to wait for it to come out streaming. I want to go see it in the movie theater. The only bad things I'm really hearing about it are the Flair actor, which everyone's talking about. And kind of forgetting about Chris, or writing Chris out of the story. Now, I'm not as into the the Texas wrestling days and all that stuff, so I wasn't really that familiar with Chris anyway, so it's not going to bother me at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I can kind of see why, especially if he was one of the brothers and the whole story is about family. But no, I got to go see this movie, man. This right here, anytime it's a wrestling movie, and if it's a case like this, I think we talked about last week, it's not McMahon, it's not Flair, it's not any of the big names, it's going to be whitewashed. This is going to be a really hard-hitting movie about a family that not a lot of people know about. So I got to check it out.
Yeah, what's your take, Shah? I mean, this looks like a movie you would totally go see, but there's probably other things in the pipeline that you're looking to check out.
Yeah, I'm actually really overwhelmed with how much is out in theaters right now that I want to see. I'm not even joking, man.
I'm going to pull up everything in theaters right now on my phone.
5 or 6 movies that I want to see, What is there? Napoleon. There's fucking Killers of the Flower Moon. I still want to see. Ferrari.
Iron Claw.
That's 5 movies right there.
Godzilla
Godzilla -1.
Godzilla, that's 6. I mean, there's just it's a lot. There's a lot.
It is a lot. No, you're absolutely right. It is a lot. That awful looking horror movie Night Swim is coming out, I think, this week.
Yeah, I would never see that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, there's a bunch of movies coming out.
I mean, dude, I saw the trailer for that. That looks like the most Blumhousey film I've ever seen in my life. Like that.
It was Blumhouse to the max.
Yeah, that's Blumhouse on steroids, dude. I'm good on that one. I wouldn't even watch that if it was streaming, man. That movie looked just exactly what I hate about horror. So
yeah, it's probably going to do Blumhouse numbers, unfortunately. But Shah, what's your take on what you've heard about the Iron Claw? Obviously, like I said, this is a little bit more. It's a different vibe for people like us, obviously, than it might be for regular folks.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it myself, obviously, but from the reactions, it seems like it's kind of underwhelming, because I was expecting everyone to kind of cream their pants, and everybody says it's good, but I haven't seen anybody really, go to bat for this and say, like, this is the best movie of the year, anything like that. Everybody's just like, oh, it's not a bad movie. It's pretty good. We hated Ric Flair. Oh, it's pretty decent. I hated Ric Flair. That's
Well, I will say this. I didn't. I'm sure you guys will agree with me on this. Zac Efron is not somebody in our radar. We're more like horror, indie, art house movie people. I will never look at Zac Efron the same again. I'm just blown away by him as as a performer, and what he transformed himself in. We've all seen it. His shit in the ring, guys. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, it's just fuck, man. I mean, this dude is ridiculous. It's his movie. It's Kevin Von Erich's story in his sort of, he's in like 95% of everything in the movie. I'm a big Kerry Von Erich person. That's for me. Like I was such a big Kerry fan. My God.
That was the
Um,
main one I knew too. I knew Texas
Kerry,
Tornado. I didn't
Texas
really.
Tornado, sure.
Yeah.
Jeremy Allen White is great, but he's a small guy. The dude who played David was great. The dude who played Mike, very sad. And of course, the parents, Fritz and Doris, I think Doris. But Zac Efron, if nothing else, when you guys see it, the first thing you're probably gonna think of is like, holy shit, this fucking guy's. I mean, Bisho, he looks like you could drop him literally in the landscape and he would perform. Like, honest to God, like I'm dead
Yeah,
serious.
I saw some clips of him either training with Chavo or it was like behind the scenes clips as they're filming the matches.
Mm.
And I guess they put him through his paces, and it wasn't just like when they brought Zeus in and they're like, all right, now do this and stand here.
Yeah.
It was legit like, okay, now when you get up, you need to fire up. And he was talking about how blown up he was. He's like, fire up. What do you mean? I'm just
Oh,
trying to get
that was Jeremy Allen White said that. I
there
saw
you
that
go.
clip. Yeah, the guy played Kerry. But it's the same thing. That guy's in ill shape all the time. Just like Zac Efron's in ill shape. Although he's a in shape actor, but nothing like. I mean, Shad, have you seen what he looks like? I mean, he looks like fucking Ultimate Warrior. I mean, like Zac Efron. It's fucking horrifying.
Well, for me, Kerry Von Erich, I always thought of him as the Ultimate Warrior without the paint. You
Me
know,
too.
because one of my first exposures to him was the Survivor Series with Warrior, Legion
Road
of Doom,
Warriors.
Kerry. Yeah,
Yeah, amazing.
yeah. That's one of the main ones that I remember as
You
far
could
as
smell the steroids through the screen,
yeah. I think when I watched this movie, I mean, I don't know what Ric
and they're all
Flair
dead.
looks like,
And they're
but
all
I think my main complaint is going to be who played Kerry, because Kerry was like gigantic to me.
Fucking crazy.
You know, I feel like they needed somebody that was steroided out for that one, man.
Dude, look at that motherfucker. I mean, seriously, man.
Yeah, but why didn't Kerry look like this? This looks more like Kerry to me than Eric.
Zac Efron, I think, is like 5'10", so he's and by the way, look at Kevin. I mean, you do the side by side with him and Kevin. Kevin was an insane. Look at Kevin's shoulders, dude.
Kevin was like 6'7", right?
Kevin was
6'5"?
no, that was David. David,
That's right.
He was just
David.
slimmer. I think,
But look at
Kerry was the biggest one, right?
You forget Kevin was. Look at Kevin's legs. I mean, he's got He-Man legs. I mean, seriously, he's enormous.
Well, that's the
forget
hard
Kevin.
thing is you're never going to find actors that are really good, especially in a role like this, and that big and look like wrestlers.
He
It's
showed
usually either or.
that picture with the blue background and the three of them. Can you click on that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Look at the far left. Look at Kevin. Kevin's bigger than Kerry. He's bigger than
I think it's the angle, man. I think Kerry was always bigger.
Well, Kerry became bigger, especially when he was
Look at his
in
shoulders.
Kerry, he's a giant.
Traps.
Yeah, look, Kerry's a
He was
monster.
built like the Warrior. Tell me
Kerry
about
was
the
about
Warrior.
6'1". He was about 6'1".
Yeah, but look at Kevin's traps. So that dude was put together.
Yeah. Kevin, I forget. Kevin. It's funny when I think about them. I remember when David died, and I remember David being so tall, like his father, right? And I remember like Mike being like very small and like wrestling without the shoes, like Kevin, whatever. But Kevin, I never had the personality, and that's actually part of this story. I think you guys would really love the movie because it's a bummer. Everybody's really into it. You could tell they're into it, but the things I didn't like about it were pretty stark in terms of, like, I don't know how you just write out Chris, but whatever. You can hear it on the soup there, but I just wanted to bring that up. Now, Shah, before we move on, Bisho had an experience I wanted him to talk about on the air. Right around Christmas Eve, I texted them both and said, hey, just so you know, Old Boy, the remastered Old Boy just got released today for Christmas on Netflix. And I know Shah's seen it and I've seen it, but Bisho's never seen it. And Bisho, over the holiday weekend, you experienced for the first time my favorite film of all time, Old Boy. Share that experience with the audience.
I don't know if I liked it as much as you. I thought it was really good. I'm trying to recall, but I'm really bad at that. Even some of the visual things that he does, like some of the movements of the camera,
Oh my god.
because it's sort of surreal, especially like spoiler alert on a 20-year-old movie, as he's getting out of his imprisonment
Mhm.
and he goes out to the real world. There's some weird transition shit they do that's really off-putting. It's really
Yeah.
cool. I really wish that the big reveal wasn't spoiled for me before
Yeah,
I
I
went
know. It's
into
been
it.
around a long time. Yeah.
It made it a little bit more uncomfortable because I'm watching this movie play out and I'm like, oh fuck,
Let
this
me
is
let me ask you
terrible.
two let me ask you two quick questions, right? One, the fight scene. You finally saw the fight scene that's been copied, that's been role modeled against whether it was Daredevil, John Wick. What did you think of the fight scene when you finally got to see it in the context of what I mean, it's legendary. It's bigger than the film, the fight, the I'm talking about the fight scene with there's a crescendo in the movie where he has to fight about 20 men. Most of them have weapons, and it is the most real, it is heralded as one of the most brilliant shot scenes, fight sequence scenes of all time. It's been, believe me when I tell you, people, you've seen the scene, you've just never seen the real scene. You've seen it in everything but the scene.
The
So what was your
Matrix, everything else. Yeah,
thank you, Shah. You're absolutely right. The major,
yeah.
and everyone admits they've copied from this. What was it like seeing it now, all these years later, knowing that this has been stolen and rebranded in American cinema and abroad?
It's a travesty because a lot of times when I watch movies, like I don't watch a lot of Asian horror movies. I've seen a bunch, but a lot of them come off very ring-like,
Mm,
and it's not my deal. But when I watch a movie like this, it really does. It is really a shame that so much has been taken and not really credited to this guy because it was brilliant.
mm.
It was basically, if you've never seen it, a like a 3 or 4 minute fight scene, one shot, and it's shot from the side, like you're looking through the wall of a hallway, and it
Unbelievable.
just goes left to right as he's fighting guys. And then the best part of it is they get to one point where they stop, and then he goes back because he's trying to fight to the elevator to get out,
Yep.
but then he turns around and he goes back. There's a Kenny Rogers song called "Coward of the County" where the guy walks in and they're ridiculing him, and he goes to leave, and they say, "Oh, there goes chicken shit" or whatever.
The coward
And
of the
the line
county.
is Tommy stopped and locked the door. And it's like, oh, fuck, it's on. And
Yeah.
you had this movie in Old Boy where he turns around, he starts going, he's got an ice pick in his back.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
stabbed in the back, and he just
yeah.
fights with the ice pick in his back.
Because
Yeah,
it's very symbolic of like he fought his sanity just to be able to get out.
yeah, he's
And
a
then this is
middle-aged
symbolic.
nuts guy. He's not a fighter. Like
Yeah.
he was an accountant, I think.
Yeah. And then he gets to this point where he's finally out, and now he's got to fight his way out of this situation. And
Mm.
it's fucking great. The movie's brutal. Um, I I really hadn't understood until the end when they kind of revealed it what the
It's
other reveal of the movie is, why the bad guy did what he did. But
crazy,
brilliant
right?
movie, great
Crazy.
twists and turns. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of, like, is the last 10 minutes the most batshit crazy shit you've ever seen in your life? Honestly, like, it's just like when the reveal comes up and when he tries to, I don't want to say this scene
Oh
'cause
yeah, yeah, yeah.
where he's like
Yeah.
showing him that what he's gonna do to himself to redeem
I
himself.
can't talk about what was really the most disturbing part for me
Yeah. Okay.
because I don't want to ruin the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I'll just say I got to the end of the movie and he does what he does, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, what?
Yeah. It's bananas, dude.
Why?
It's bananas. It's bananas, though. I mean, you've never seen really anything like this
No.
cinematically. And how about the octopus scene? Did you have a problem with that?
I didn't have an issue with it. It was weird, and I was like I was trying to figure out what symbolically it meant. And I know you guys had told me about it before, so maybe I saw
Yeah.
it coming.
Yeah.
But I was trying to figure out like what was the point because he just kept saying, "I want to eat something that's alive." And I think it's just to show how far down the rabbit hole he's gone and kind
Well,
of
he's out of his fucking mind.
he's
Um,
turned into an animal essentially.
Now,
Yeah.
Bisha, I would that is the third in a trilogy. Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is the first one. I think you would probably like that more than any of them. The second one is called Lady Vengeance.
No,
And
hold on. It's Lady Vengeance and something else.
Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. That's what the first one
Hold
is
on, I
called.
have it.
Yeah, you have the Revenge trilogy, Shah. Yeah, there's a box set. But now this also, Bisha, this was the remastered version. So people in the chat, Drew Yari saw the remake. The Spike Lee one, it's okay. It doesn't have the same, appeal there.
Yeah,
Slate
you're
Chick
right.
said
It is Sympathy.
Sympathy. Yeah, that's a great one. Shah, have you watched all three or no?
No, Sympathy is the only one I haven't seen.
Oh, yeah. What did you think of Lady? It's crazy, right?
I liked it, but Old Boy is number one for me.
Yeah. Shah, let me ask you a question.
That fight scene. Hold on one second. That fight scene. It reminds me of like an old like Sega game, like Contra or like the
Renegade.
old Ninja Turtle games, where you just fight a bunch of people and go across like levels. Like that's almost like what it reminds
like a
me
side
of.
scroller, yeah.
Yeah. Shah, let me ask you a question. Where would you put like like Old Boy? Because I know you're a fan, but you're not like a Cuckoo Bananas fan like me. Like, would you put it cinematically as maybe one of the best foreign films of all time?
Probably top 25, maybe.
Top 25.
Yeah.
Look at his face in that fight scene. My God. My
Got to
God.
keep in mind there's so many great Italian and Spanish and
Yeah.
there's a lot of movies. I mean, you can get into Hodorowski. There's a lot of people that put out crazy shit.
Look at that. I
Like
mean, even that picture right there. Come on, man. Look at that.
like even weird movies like Caligula.
I love Caligula. Caligula's one of my favorite
I
films.
thought that was shot beautifully. Like it's a
Yeah.
fucking cinematic experience to go through that.
Yeah. I think Slave Cheeks is saying Final Fight, but it does look like a video game. I'm just glad that more people will experience, and of course, Show the Hammer. That's what we forgot about the hammer. And now, Show, let me ask you a question. Did you think didn't it look a little bit like everybody was getting hurt in that fucking scene?
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about it, and this is really, it's got to be impossible to choreograph a fight scene with 20 different people. There were times when during the fight scene, you would assume that people would have just jumped on top of them anyway. And there's people like standing around kind of like hesitating. So it was really good. There was little things like that I kind of saw. But I mean, like I said, who would even think to jump on this guy? You'd think anyone
Yeah.
could take this dude.
Odesu. Oh,
Yeah.
Odesu. Wow. What an unlikely hero. But it's a crazy movie. I recommend it. I'm glad Bisho saw it. Shah's got the whole Revenge trilogy there. They're all great films. And Park Chan-wook actually just did a mini series, I believe, for Max about a spy after post-Vietnam. Yeah, Shah, I don't know if I told you. We might have talked about this on the Patreon. Park Chan-wook, the director, his new thing is a Max mini series about a Vietnamese person who comes over after the Vietnamese War as a spy and lives in America for decades. It's based on a true story. It looks fucking great. I don't know what it's called, but it's coming out in the new year. So
Park Chan-wook, what's the last movie he did?
Oh fuck! Oh, I don't even know.
I feel like I haven't seen anything.
Park Chan-wook is a Korean. These are all Korean films, in Korean, shot in Korea in Korean language. He's done some American stuff, very little. He did a movie I think called Stoker a bunch of years ago. He also did a vampire movie about a priest that is that his movie? Yeah, Thirst. Let's look at his trilogy here. This guy's got some bangers. Old Boy.
Thirst, yeah.
Thirst. Okay. Stoker, I was right. That's an American movie he did. He didn't do Snowpiercer. He had something to do with it, but he didn't direct it. I'm a Cyborg, but that's okay. I've heard about that. Look at that.
Yeah, Shah, have you seen that? Have you seen that JSA movie?
No, what's that?
I blind bought that, but I've never seen it.
I've heard of Joint Security Area. That's him?
Yeah, it's an action movie. It's not a horror movie.
No, it's not a horror. Yeah, he does. Yeah,
I think it's like a spy action movie.
Oh, that looks cool. Okay. Yeah, he's made bangers, man. I mean, this guy's got bangers. His thing he shot for Max. I saw the trailer. I got to check that out. Yes, Robert Downey Jr. plays Joe Punch's 4 or 5 characters in it. He might play 6 characters in it.
Wow.
But I've heard of this JSA. You have this, Shah?
Yeah, Arrow put it out, and I bought it one time.
Joint Security Era
as a blind buy during one of their sales.
Wow, this is 24 years ago. But guy's a genius. The Sympathizer. Thank you, Joe Punches. It comes on Max this spring, I think, or possibly the winter. But as we wrap up the year, we wanted to talk a little bit about some upcoming things happening in the year of cinema. So apparently, unbeknownst to me, unless I just haven't been paying attention, there are some huge properties, enormous legacy style properties putting out movies in 2024. So much so that I thought it'd be nice to digest some of this and get a vibe on what people are willing to, what they're excited about, what they're not excited about. Bisho, pull up that list. Maybe we can start reading some of these out. This is fascinating shit. Like, look at some of this shit, Bisho.
I can't zoom in for some reason, but there's quite a few here.
Okay, go ahead.
So first is Alien. There's another Alien movie coming out in 2024. Twister, which that came way out of left field. Twister.
Yeah, it's called Twisters, by the way, and it has nothing to do with the previous films. I did a little deep dive there.
That could be really good, though.
Yeah, it's a modern day. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the previous films. No characters, no Helen Hunt, no Bill Paxton's corpse, nothing like that. Do we know what
Mad
the
Max.
Alien movie is, guys? I'm so sorry, Bisha, but
We
I
can
thought
find
that
out.
was a series. Do we
Is
know
it?
what
Let's
the
see.
Alien movie
No, it's a
is?
movie. They teased that it's an exclusive to somebody. I forget which
Oh fuck! Is it
streaming
Hulu?
service. I
No,
think it
wait. Who
was
owns?
Hulu.
Is it Hulu or Paramount? Who owns the new Alien? Can we just take a quick look at that? I'm just curious because I know there's a series coming out.
It's called Alien
Romulus.
Romulus.
Okay, let's see. Can we just see who's getting it?
It is Hulu.
Hulu. Wow, Hulu's not fucking around. Okay, we have Alien. It's just a quick. It's 15 seconds, but do we know the time period of this? I think it's between Alien and Aliens, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
Standalone set between Alien and
Can we
Aliens.
click
Yeah.
on that director B show? Because to me, that's super important here.
Oh, Fede Alvarez.
He looks familiar.
He did Evil Dead.
Oh, he did the Evil Dead 2013. He did fucking Don't Breathe. He did the
Texas
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw.
What is that? Wow. Okay. From Dusk Till Dawn, the TV show. I actually watched it. It was all right. Okay.
I really hope they have a good Alien movie, man. I mean, they've had so many misses in that franchise, I feel like.
Romulus.
You know?
Yeah.
Because the whole Predator versus Alien, that was all pretty awful.
Well, it was kind of Jason versus Freddy in a lot of ways, Shah. You know what I mean? Like it was just, it was just something people
It
wanted.
looked cheap, man. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they and the one was so dark you couldn't see anything.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. We
Are
need
you
a big
talking about the
Alien
mid
movie.
2000s one where like the one basic bitch like fights an alien and he hands her a spear and puts this fucking paint on her and it's like, really?
Yeah, there was two of them.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't watch the second one because of that one.
Yeah, they were both pretty bad.
Yeah. Like there were some cool ideas, like in the one from the mid 2000s, where the predators were using a queen alien to breed aliens to go hunt. That's fine, but it just wasn't very good. And I think John dropped off. You still there, Shah?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like it had so much potential, man. Because I mean, Predator and Alien, those are like two of my favorite franchises. I feel like Predator is overlooked. People don't talk about it enough. But I mean, I consider that a horror movie, And I think like Predator's up there, dude. As far as 80s movies, like it's fucking up there. Rambo and Rocky and everything else overshadows these movies. But for me, Predator is up there. Predator 2 was pretty good too. I didn't see any of the recent ones though. Predators, and I think there was another one that was called Predator, which is confusing because it's like you already had one named just Predator.
Yeah. Which is the one with Danny Glover in the city. Is that Predator 2?
Yeah,
Predators.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that. It's got a good vibe.
Yeah, it's like when you're gonna follow it up with something that's that good, it's not probably gonna be as good as the original, but they still did a good job on it.
Yeah.
I think we could say that this guy's got some bangers out there. So, I mean, like this Hulu shit is weird because now you have Hellraiser, Predator, and Aliens all exclusive to Hulu. Right, Shah? I mean, that's kind of weird.
And I'm sure that means there's going to be an Alien versus Predator coming out.
I don't think that's on the deck. I haven't
I
heard
hope
anything.
not, man. We were just talking about it while you dropped off, but like those movies really were underwhelming.
Very underwhelming. Both. The first one I think was bland. The second one was like, what the fuck? Like they just couldn't get those movies right. There's no reason for those to have been bad. I'm sorry.
They were also PG-13 from what I can recall.
Both of them?
Yeah. I think that was one of the main issues. It was just so,
Well, I think one of the main issues is they wanted to make the Predators good guys, and like when they both should be like fucking killing machines.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. That was the first
It's
plot.
a big mistake they make with a lot of those versus movies is they want someone that the audience can cheer for. Like they did it with Freddy and Jason. It's like, oh, Jason's this big dumb lumbering. Like, no, he's a killing machine. Like, why are you making him sympathetic? Like he just killed all these people for no reason.
That's why they made Freddy racist in that movie B show, so that you would root for Jason. Freddy the racist.
Sweet.
That's what racist. Yeah. That was racist Freddy. So I'm excited for this Aliens because I like this director. I'm please God, I'm hoping. Oh, the sequel was the first one was. Thank you, Mr. Punches. Punches is always in on that shit, man. He knows his shit.
Yeah, maybe I haven't seen the second one then, because the one that I saw, I definitely saw it in the theater. It was the original one, and I remember it was PG-13, and it was very just bland.
I couldn't barely get through the second one. I saw the first one in movie theaters. I just
was the second one the one with the gigantic predator in the ocean, or was it an alien in the ocean?
Well, it was on Earth. Remember, the second one was on Earth.
Yeah. Well, ocean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
I just don't remember
the
it.
second one? Yeah,
Are
I
you
don't
talking
know.
second remake, or are you talking about the one with Danny Glover we just talked about?
No, the second
The second
Predator and
AVP,
Alien.
he called it AVP
Oh,
two. I think that's what they call AVP. You know, but listen, I'm excited for this Aliens. I hope it's good. This director's great. This guy knows what he's doing. He's made banger horror films. So let's look at some of the other movies on the list there, B.
yeah, let me share again. So the next one up is Bad Boys, which we've been talking about Will Smith a lot.
I can't believe that's gonna be okay. Listen, that's get
Is
look.
it going to be a remake of Men on Film?
I I good luck having Will Smith do press for that. I don't know that's going to theaters.
Yeah, Bad Boys. What is it? Bad Boys 4 or something like that?
I don't know. Like I'm shocked they're even putting that out. Be honest with you. I don't know, Shah. What do you think? I can't see an environment like Will Smith. Even like we went from the Chris Rock thing to the now him getting pounded out in his butthole thing, and like if it allegedly. I don't know, Shah. What you thinking there?
Yeah, it's not very believable anymore. He's a kind of like a cuckold now, so it's beforehand, I could still believe that this is the West Philly guy, Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Yeah,
Sure, he's clean cut and doesn't curses and all that stuff, but he might be able to whoop some ass. Now I'm like, yeah, this guy's on some other shit, man. His wife is
Yeah.
talking about fucking Tupac, who's been dead for 20 plus years, and he might be getting his cheek spread, and he's getting cheated on left and right, and still holding her hand and calling. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not so much invested in Will Smith anymore, man. It's hard for me to look at him the same.
yeah. I mean,
And I do want the internet to leave him alone. I feel bad for the guy.
yeah, I
but
think we need to
can't
back off the guy. I just
Yeah.
don't think the guy should be out there trying to pretend like he's a normal functioning person in society either.
Yeah, no, I think he's deep down inside. He probably needs some help.
B-Show, what do you think there? Do you think this is destined to be a disaster?
I think people will go see it because honestly, I don't know what it is, but there's been a lot of people lately where when I talk about stuff in entertainment, like stories and news that happens, like a lot of people don't even like pay attention to it anymore.
Hmm.
So I think it'll be fine. I think it's got its audience as long as he's like not paying Martin Lawrence's character to like film him getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Then again, maybe that'd be on brand. Maybe it's more believable. I don't know.
Yeah. Chris Matthews says it's going to be Bad Boys 6 Degrees of Penetration. Yeah. Now, you guys skipped over the Mad Max Furiosa. I know you guys had a field day on the Patreon episode with the CG, but, there was some articles about that where they said the CG wasn't finished. So that has the potential to be big. It is the classic Mad Max director there who directed the most recent Mad Max that everybody seems to like. Shah, if you see a better version of the CG, will you go see it? It's got your ex-girlfriend in there, Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my question is, was it a leaked trailer that wasn't
No,
finished?
no, it's just they say this happens often. That's the movie doesn't come out for a very long time. This is what they have. They still have like the treatment of whatever the fuck they call it, where they tool it up to go into theaters and all that stuff.
That's such a weird approach to me.
I
like-
think maybe we just notice it more now. It's probably always been like this, right? I mean, like why would they wait 9 months to put a finished movie out with the full CG that's already shot and done? The fuck would they do that?
I guess, man. It's just it's hard for me to accept them putting out trailers that are unfinished. Like why would you do that? I don't really understand that,
Yeah, it
The
might be a
selling
new
point
one.
is for it to look like that She-Hulk movie, right? Didn't they say the same thing about that?
They did. Yeah, they did. They put quite a bit out without. What's up to Fatty 316? Value Geeks joining us. Yeah, they said that about the She-Hulk. It didn't really get better. But we're talking, a studio. We're talking an episodic TV show versus a big budget with a big star and a big director and a big legacy film. I don't know, B Show. If you see better graphics, do you have more interest in Mad Max Furiosa?
Maybe. I mean, I like Fury Road. I forgot that I even watched it until we talked about it. But I mean, Mad Max is one of those. Like people talk about Beyond Thunderdome being good. Let's be honest.
It's not very good.
Tina Turner in that wig. No, it's not that good.
Anti-Entity.
Yeah.
The
But
best
it's
thing
still-
is Master Blaster. Is the midget
Yes.
with the big eye? I'm Master.
Fury Road
I'm
was really
Master.
good. So
He's Blaster. What's
Fury
that?
Road was really good. So I'd be okay with like a sequel to that. This one just looked very.
Well, let me ask you guys a question since we're all in agreement that Fury Road was very good. Did we like the graphics in Fury Road? Were we
Yeah,
good?
hell yeah.
So why I don't see it's everything's the same. It's the same director. It's probably
No, this one looked like shit, dude. When we were watching it, it looked like a video game.
yeah. Big Drick is in the house as well. I don't know. Let people in the chat, if you haven't seen it yet, look at and see if you've noticed the graphics the way these guys do.
I mean,
when we
to
went
be
over.
honest with you, I think it's pretty noticeable because even if you go in the trailer, if you read the comments, like 80%
People,
of
no,
the
you're right.
comments,
No, you're absolutely right,
it's
Shah.
about the
People did say that.
CGI.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
it's about the CGI. But Drew Yari's never seen any Mad Maxes. Wow, that's crazy. They're all great.
What?
Whoa.
Even Thunderdome is not bad, Bisha. I think Thunderdome is not as good as Road Warrior, not as good as Mad Max. That's
Yeah.
it's
Well,
like
I'm
a
just saying.
soft,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, that's the worst of the three, and it's still pretty good. So
yeah,
I guess you definitely got to give them a try.
yeah.
Next one was The Crow, which that's interesting.
Very interesting. It has Skarsgård. I forget his name. God damn it. The kid's in everything. He was just the most recent villain in John Wick
Alexander?
4. No, it's his brother,
Is
his
it
younger
Bill
brother.
Skarsgård?
Bill Skarsgård. Yeah, Shah. He was in Barbarian. He was in the first half of Barbarian.
Yeah.
He's Pennywise. He's got a brand new movie coming out where he's like a autistic killer. Like that's a first person shooter looking movie. I should find that trailer for you guys. It looks fucking insane. Um, and he also was just the villain in John Wick. I think he was just in something else. They haven't released a second of this. Not a second have we seen of this Crow remake. Jason Momoa was attached to it for years. Not sure what happened there. I think he would have been an excellent choice, quite frankly. He might be a little bit too ass kicky, but
It's too big.
he's too big. Well, maybe he could have slimmed. They would have said, "Hey, slim down a little bit."
No, I just mean even his height. Like he's just a big
He's
man.
massive. Yeah, that guy
Well,
will beat up anybody without
yeah.
superpowers.
The Crow doesn't remind me as he wasn't a big dude.
The Crow is very emo, and that was not even a term then. No one even knew what the fuck
Yeah.
that meant. It didn't exist. But Brandon Lee was in shape. He was an in shape, attractive young guy. He's the only son of Bruce Lee. Can you imagine hitting that lottery?
Dude, somebody built like Seth Rollins should play like the Crow. You know what I mean? Somebody.
Hey, I'm dead.
You know?
I'm dead, Shaheen. They killed my girlfriend on
cool.
Halloween.
Dude, can you
That
imagine
ain't
him in a
right.
movie? Oh,
Hey, did you know that a crow will take your soul to the next the afterlife? Bicho, I don't think we should have Seth Rollins as the Crow.
I'm envisioning him as Colonel Jessup in A Few Good Men. Just at the end, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
You want me as the Crow. You need me as the Crow. Did you know I married Becky Lynch?
I love the little affects you put on there.
Well, because he's like Krusty the Clown. He's like, hey, I'm the champ. I'm going to fight Punk night one of Mania. Huh? Colby. Shah, I love the Crow. I'm a big Crow fan. I like the comic. I like the movie. I like the legacy of the movie. I love Brandon Lee as the character. I think that guy could have been the Crow. Brandon Lee could have been the Crow for 20 years. Like there would have been 10 Crows. Honestly, that dude would have been a superstar, and that's the legacy of the movie. Shah, do you think anybody is going to give a shit about the Crow in 2024? I don't think the Skarsgård kid is recognizable enough, but the guy's a seasoned young guy. He's been in great movies.
It doesn't have it has a cult following, but not as big as something like The Exorcist or something like, those other throwbacks. Even I think Hellraiser is a bigger name than The Crow. But I think it'll probably be decent, I guess.
Let me ask you a question. Does it matter who the Crow is? Like who plays him? Does it matter?
I mean, sure. I think it definitely matters. But Skarsgård, I think that dude's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
He's done a couple good things. Anything I've seen him in so far has been pretty decent. So
yeah, and he does a lot of horror too. It feels like he's in a lot of horror movies. B-Show, you're not a huge Crow guy. The soundtrack has its own following, a cult following. It is one of the greatest soundtracks ever put together for anything. It was a grunge soundtrack at the height of grunge, with a dead legacy superstar who died before the movie came out. Like so this is a snapshot in time. Do you think this could be like this could start a franchise again if it's done the right way?
If it's done well, It's got enough following to where if it's not that great or if it doesn't hit certain marks where people will probably be pissed at it. But I also think The Crow has enough of a name where it's going to draw people's interest. And I also think you mentioned they haven't shown much of the
Nothing.
film yet.
Not a
I think that's
second.
good. I think that's good because the second they come out and people start dissecting it like we did with Mad Max, it's divisive right away. So I think the less they show, the better.
Yeah.
He kind of, I can see him being the Crow though. Like he has that face.
He does.
You know, I can see it with the long sting hair. Like I can see it.
Some people in the chat are saying Chalamet, he's a little too twinky for that. Like I don't know, like Skarsgård's a big like Norwegian dude. That dude's huge. He's a big fucking kid, man. Like, you know, even when he's in John Wick, like he's kind of like a menacing looking guy. Like, I don't know, like his brother's bigger and his brother like is a little bit more Swedish looking. What are they, Shah? Are they Swedes? I know we brought this up. Are they Norwegian? Their father is Stellan Skarsgård. He's a phenomenal actor. Great fucking, been around Hollywood for like 30 years. I don't know if there's more Skarsgårds. I don't know. Are they the Norwegian? They're the Norwegian Baldwins? Who are they?
Swedish.
They're Swedish. Okay. Yeah. Shah, by the way, The Northman is on like every day. I watch a little bit of The Northman every day now.
I kind of want to rewatch that, man.
It's so
I
good.
saw it in the theater. I never watched it again. I need to make that happen.
So, you know, yes, and Chris Matthews, his brother is the Northman. His brother also played Eric Northman on True Blood. That was his big breakout role. But most people will recognize Skarsgård or that. If you didn't see Barbarian, he is Pennywise. He's been Pennywise in two movies, the two separate It's, which I enjoyed.
Isn't he in Infinity Pool? I thought he was in.
The other one is in it. The Northman is in Infinity.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The brother.
Yeah. I'm talking his brother. Bill is Pennywise.
Gotcha.
Bill is Pennywise. So yeah, it could be interesting. And of course, there is another John Wick that John Wick will not be in. You know, we're moving on from that. Apparently, I think it's more about the ballet dancers, the Ukrainian ballet dancers, the ballerinas. I have no interest in John Wick without John Wick. I think that's dumb. I understand that it makes money. It's very popular. And he died at the last one. Spoiler alert, he gets killed at the end of the last one. But they also kind of left that open-ended. But I don't know that we need a John Wick movie, B-Show. What do you think of that?
No. Don't they already have what's the hotel? The Cecil or
the International? They just did that. I didn't watch it. I heard people said it was great. People said it sucked. I didn't watch any of it. The ballerina with Ana de Armas, who is one of the most attractive women in the world. Yes. Easily one of the most living attractive women. Not even a conversation. Sorry, she's maybe one of the 5 most beautiful living women alive. And Chris Matthews said the Continentals, why I'm not interested in the movie. Yeah, we could use a John Wick detox. Shah, do you think people will flock to a John Wick movie without Keanu Reeves?
Not as much as they usually do, but it's got a large following, man. It's got a large dedicated following. People love John Wick. But the fact that he's not in it, I don't know how damaging that's going to be to the product. But
my God,
it'll do well, man. It's a John Wick movie. I don't know. Jesus,
I think it'll still bring people out. I don't think I will see it. My God, B-Show. Am I wrong? Like, look at this girl. Look at her.
No, got you, slave cheeks. And I think I'm trying to remember if I saw her. Was it in Blade Runner or what was War Dogs?
Oh, she was. Yeah, guys, she was the like the hologram in Blade Runner. She was the hologram girlfriend. Jesus Christ, this girl. Good.
Yeah, she's been around a while. I didn't realize that, but she's really attractive.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What do you think, Shah? Like, this girl's on another level, man. Good God.
Yeah, this is a solid 10 out of 10 right here.
Yeah. I don't.
Is she French or Italian? I forget.
I think she's half. No, she might be half and half. What she is, B-Show, is completely hot. What is she? Just hot. What is she? Rio? What is she?
Cuban and Spanish.
Wow.
Oof. Of course she is.
Oh my God. Not for nothing though. This girl looks like she could play any ethnicity. I'm not even joking. Like, you could have told me she was Brazilian and Sicilian. I'd be like, of course.
She looks European though. I see the Spanish.
French. Yeah.
Yeah, she could be French. She could be play English.
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
Yeah,
anything,
she
really.
is. Yeah, I mean, even like the pictures of her, she's just like whatever. I'm like, no.
Bulgarian,
Yeah, she could be like Eastern European for sure.
Russian.
She's played a lot of different ethnicities. Like she just played Marilyn Monroe for Christ's sakes. I didn't see it. I heard it was pretty bad, but
She could be
Oh, that was
Middle
her?
Eastern.
yeah, she could be middle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She could be Middle
Anything, really.
Eastern.
Italian. Like
Yeah.
she could
Oh
pass
my
for
God.
anything.
Look at that. My God. She's only 35 too. She had a great career. This girl. She's been nominated for a couple of Academy Awards. She's, she was in that movie Knock Knock. Did you guys see that?
No.
That's
Mm-mm.
what's his face's movie. With his
Eli.
girlfriend was
Eli
Eli
Roth?
Roth. Yeah, Eli Roth put her in a movie. Yeah. Yeah. Knock Knock. Keanu
Was
Reeves.
that Blumhouse?
I don't think it's Blumhouse, dude, because yeah,
Oh,
the other
shit.
girl I think was with Eli Roth. There she is as the blonde. Christ almighty. I heard this is dope, dude. You know what this is about? You guys familiar with this in the chat? Keanu Reeves, they show up at his front door and they like flirt with him to get into his house and then they torture him. It's pretty. I mean, I would just have to say, hey, you got me. Yeah, Drew Yari's like, she's uncomfortably beautiful. She kind of is. Oh my dude. Look at her, knock knock. Good God. Yeah, I've never seen this. Ever.
So this is basically like a horror version of Wild Things.
Yeah, there's obviously probably a little bit more to the story. But yeah, like they flirt with him and then they tie him up and threaten to tell his wife and they torture him a little bit. And I'm okay with it. I think I would be okay with it. I forget who the other girl is, but I think she might be married to Eli Roth. So yeah, we'll see what happens to that. Another Transformers B show?
I don't know anybody that saw Rise of the Beast or whatever it was.
Didn't that lose like $100 million?
It must have, yeah. Ugh.
Why are we getting more transform? What are we transforming now? Sex toys? What are they now? Honestly, are they like
that'd be a horror movie. That'd be really interesting.
Are they iPhones? Seriously. Like, can we stop with the Transformers? I think we're gonna be okay. I haven't watched one of these movies since like the second one, half of it. Whatever. Excuse me. Shah, how many Transformers movies have you seen?
I believe the only one I've seen is the original.
Okay.
I'm not a fan. I didn't even really like the cartoons growing up. I was never into like robots and like the tech cartoons, really,
Yeah.
So yeah, I just it's not my thing, dude. I'll never watch them again.
Okay.
They're exactly what I hate about movies, just like fast-paced action. You don't even your brain can't even register what's happening. It's just that the camera's flying everywhere, shit's blowing up it's not for me.
Okay. Bisha, have you seen a lot of them or any of them other than the first one or two?
I think the only one I saw was with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox.
Okay.
And yeah,
that
was not.
That was
good.
like 6 movies ago.
I know. Like it was so bad I didn't even check any. I'm like Shah, man. I didn't hate the original Transformers.
No, me neither. It didn't blow me away, and I kind of checked out. I was done.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. And then someone's bringing up Bumblebee. Chris Matthews.
Bumblebee was great. It was fucking great. But it wasn't like a Transformers movie. It was a Bumblebee movie based in like the 80s with all 80s songs and heavy on the 80s. It was like a prequel. It was fucking great. I liked it. I was fine with that. To be honest with you, I want G.I. Joe movies to be good. I don't understand why we can have 8 Transformer movies, right? And like 2 bad G.I. Joe movies and a Snake Eyes movie that nobody saw but me. Like, I don't understand that. My problem with it, Drew Yari, is that I am a G.I. Joe guy and I want G.I. Joe. I'd rather have a GoBots movie. Make a motherfucking GoBots movie at this point. That'd be dope. Shah, you wouldn't love a GoBots movie? Oh, he's on mute. Well, I would like a GoBots movie, B show.
I would rather the G.I. Joe, because that's what I was going to say is I wasn't a Transformers kid. We watched G.I. Joe all the fucking time. So I would much rather see a really good G.I. Joe movie with a fucking Sergeant Slaughter cameo or something.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine Snake Eyes like captures an old Sergeant Slaughter and they're torturing him? Then, oh my God.
That would be dope.
Sorry, I was putting this dog out. No, I mean, G.I. Joe wasn't my thing either. I liked He-Man a lot. Dungeons and Dragons.
They canceled the He-Man movie.
I was mostly into like Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I wasn't into action stuff. Toxic Crusaders, ironically enough, I loved. Street Sharks.
Well, we're getting Toxie next year. We know that. We're excited
Yeah.
about that. I know you're dying for a Street Sharks movie like Joe Punches. But also there's another Lion King. I don't know what's this about? Like, what is this about?
The first one made a shitload of money. That's what it's about.
But the live action was not well received, B-Show, if I'm not mistaken. It just was not
No.
gangbusters with people.
This is live action though, correct?
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I thought
Yeah.
it did well. Let me see.
I don't think it did. I might have got shit reviews and made money.
It might have done well from people being curious to go see it, but the reviews were people hated that
Yeah,
shit.
people the review. I just remember the reviews were people going, all of the charm of the first one is gone.
Well, it is because like the first one,
Wow, look at that, guys.
you know, the facial to the animals, they're cartoons, so you have a lot of sympathy for it. They can be cute. They made them look like real lions, so it's like they take all the emotion out of it. It just,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's not the same. You just can't do that.
Well, it did a bill, so did 1.
Budget of 260, and it made $1.6 billion.
Holy God! Well, I think it just got shit reviews. That's what I think. It's got a 55 metric score, a 52 Rotten Tomato score, and a 6.8 out of 10. But it made the money. Motherfuckers went and saw it. So that's why, hey, I answered my own question. That's why we're getting another one. Ghostbusters. We watched the trailer on Patreon. I'm excited for it. It looks like they went back to the classic style. For people that don't know, it takes place in New York, and the living Ghostbusters are all in it. The 3 remaining Ghostbusters are in it with the younger people. And it looks like New York becomes frozen in ice. I don't know who the villain is. I think it's like an ice demon or some shit. I will definitely go see it. I really liked the Afterlife Ghostbusters. I thought it was touching. With Harold Ramis, the way they treated his death in real life. And of course, the director of the original Ghostbusters had passed away, and now his son is directing. So there's a lot of legacy there. You guys have any interest in the Ghostbusters there, Shah? I know we talked about it on Patreon a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I watched the trailer in the movie theater, and it gave me a good vibe, man. It gave me a.
It felt like did it feel like the original?
Yeah,
like it felt like
it felt like something that I would want to experience in a movie theater. Like it's a fun movie theater movie, you know. So out of like all the non-horror and drama serious movies, I'd probably say this is one of the most anticipated ones for me. Yeah, I'd say this is probably this one.
Yeah, I would definitely go see it in the theater. It looks like it'd be a fun IMAX watch. B-Show, you're going to check this one out?
Yeah, I am. It looked really in line with the original and the second one. I'm still kind of pissed at Bill Murray for holding out till after Harold Ramis died, and then they made that shitty women Ghostbusters one.
Well, they made up for it with Afterlife. I thought no one was even going to talk about it. With the cameos and all that stuff. They even had a dead Harold Ramis in the goddamn movie, for Christ's sakes.
And then Joe Punches mentioned they're leaving out Beetlejuice 2, which comes out next Halloween.
Yeah, that might be on the horror list. Beetlejuice 2 obviously is a highly anticipated movie. Now, I didn't know about this Lord of the Rings because I know they have this show on Amazon Prime that costs hundreds of millions of dollars. I have absolutely no idea. There's more Lord of the Rings. We're still doing Mordor shit. Like, does anybody know what this is about in the chat? I have no idea. Bisho, do you know anything about the new Lord of the Rings?
No, I'm not a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. What do they do? Find another ring or another fucking 3 movies to walk through, to paraphrase
the
Randall
fucking trees walked in that movie, Bisho. That's what Randall said.
And it's funny because like I watched it in my British literature class, and that was my one thing is we watched it over like 3 days because it was so long. And I was like, fucking Christ, they're still walking. And the next summer I watched that movie. I'm like, yes, they're still, yes.
It looks like it's a remake. I don't know. I mean, Shah, this is another unnecessary possible Hollywood disaster.
Yeah, I want Peter Jackson to do less so he can go back to, because see, like many people have reached out to him to do new transfers for Bad Taste and Meet the Feebles and all these movies, and he's always been busy with Lord of the Rings, and I think the last time they asked him was when he was doing the Beatles documentary last year,
which was very successal on Apple.
Yeah,
people love that shit.
He pretty much promised that he was gonna work on the transfers after the Beatles. I don't know, man. If this is the case and he's the director, like I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, but I'm kind of pissed because I want those fucking movies to come out.
Yeah, he's not attached to it. It looks like Joe Punches is.
Oh, okay. Well, then good. Then I don't care.
Now, the only other 3 things, 2 of these things we talked about previously. One is the Beverly Hills Cop remake. A lot of people are very annoyed. They think it's going to suck. We'll find out. Wallace and Gromit. I'm not British, so I saw Wallace and Gromit on an airplane. Didn't laugh once. If either of you Wallace and Gromit fans?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's claymation. It's like a British claymation dog and a guy.
Oh, I think. Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, it's been around for.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, it's
know.
very famous. Like people love Wallace and Gromit. It's just not my style of humor. Bisho, you Wallace and Gromit fan?
Not really. I mean, I saw him when I was younger, but no, was not a huge fan.
Okay. Yeah. I
These
mean,
guys
you've
are huge.
definitely, this has been around. And it's very cute. I mean, it's very silly and cute. But this is based in the UK there, very popular. And of course, Planet of the Apes. I'm excited for it. I like the franchise. This is 300 years after the most recent one. I don't think any of the previous people are connected to it. But one list before we go to Patreon, I want to try to bang out real quick, guys, is the anticipated horror films of 2024. And then we have a bunch that we want to get to in Patreon. So Bisho, can we? Okay, so this is what they're saying are the most. I think this is fascinating. Now we've talked about this ad nauseum, but 2022 clearly, most of you know, was a very special year for horror. It was a renaissance year from start to finish. It opened big, it finished big. It was just absolutely. You had everything in there. You had big movies. You had art house horror. You had you had it all. I mean, you just had gore. You name it, it was there. 2023, not so much for the most part, but 2024, Bisho, my God, can we just glance over this list real quick?
Yeah. So first up is They Follow, which I'm assuming is a sequel to It Follows, right?
Yes, one of my. I know it's not big on most people's list, but I'm a big fan of it. I really got that movie. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I'm glad they made a sequel. Shah, you're like right? You weren't like blown away by It Follows, right?
It Follows.
Yeah,
No, I liked it a lot.
yeah, I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. Bisho, have you not seen it?
I think I missed that one.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's very original. I mean, right, Shah? Like it's a original idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm excited. What's your vibe on this? They Follows. They've released none of it. They've released none of it.
I'm excited for it, man, because I really liked the first one.
Yeah, me too.
Great beginning. It's got some decent gore. It's pretty creepy.
It got some good scares in there, like some creepy shit.
So I'm all for it. Actually, I bought a 4K of it this year. So
Oh wow, yeah,
I just
love the
rewatched
movie.
it. Actually,
I'm a fan, and of course, Bisho. We're gonna be probably spend a
Terrifier
lot of
3.
we're gonna spend a lot of time on that this year, I imagine, huh?
I think so. And I hope we can get at least creepy on it, if not
Yeah, we'll get him
creepy, Damien possibly. But
Yeah, we'll see if we
it's
can
going
get
to be
them
a
both
busy
on.
year for him.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy year. I mean, this might be the movie. I think the hype train has already left the station for this. I will say, and look, the guy's a personal friend of mine. You guys know that, you met him. They got big shoes to fill. Uh, this needs to be Shah. I feel like this has to be great, right? Like they have to make this a big deal. They're going to have a lot of eyes on it. They probably spend a lot more money. It's going to be in a lot more theaters, a lot of hype. Like Terrifier 3 cannot fail, right? I mean, it cannot. It has to be good.
I think it's going to be very hard for it to fail. Because it's one of those movies. It's a lot of silliness. Like they can get away with a lot. They don't necessarily need a strong story. Things don't necessarily have to make too much sense. People aren't going to pick this movie apart for plot and acting and shit like that.
No, but they want it better be gore to the max.
Yeah,
it better be
they just
like
want gore
funny.
and just a fun, killer movie. That's all they want.
Now
I think they'll get that.
We'll skip the Crow. Obviously, we talked about it, but Shah movie. You and I know Bisho's excited. My brother Mike is excited for this movie. Nosferatu.
Oh.
David Eggers, Nosferatu, with just a knockout cast.
Robert Eggers.
David Eggers is a writer. Robert Eggers. We're big fans of his work. I mean, Shah, this is probably, I would say, I'm going to guess, this is probably one of your most anticipated films overall of 2024, right?
Yeah, definitely. I know they forgot Frankenstein on here. Is that coming out next year?
I don't think it's making it for the year. If it is,
okay.
I think it's making it for 2020.
Because I was going to say Frankenstein and Nosferatu. Those are probably the two that I'd be dying to see. But yeah, dude, Nosferatu is fucking. Just the fact that Robert Eggers is doing it, and it's probably going to be in black and white. Like dude, Lighthouse just looked so fucking good.
Oh, really did.
And I don't know, man. I'm a sucker for his movie, so I'm definitely excited. He knows what he's doing, man. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, Bisho, a black and white R-rated shot-for-shot remake of Nosferatu might end up being the talk of the year.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, they're not going to go the goofy route with Renfield, obviously.
No,
they did.
Not this director.
No. So I'm excited, man. Not only is it by someone who has a good reputation, but from what we've seen, what little we've seen so far, it looks really, really good. And
Now,
I don't know if anyone's tried Nosferatu since like the 70s, right?
well, they had that remake that was with Willem Dafoe, where it was based on the story behind it, like that movie, Shadow of the Vampire. But guys, you know who plays Nosferatu, right? Bill Skarsgård. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
does he?
I'm
Nice.
almost positive. Holy shit, dude! What the fuck? I'm almost positive it's Bill Skarsgård.
I think you're right.
I think I'm right. No, I feel like I'm right. What the actual fuck, dude? This guy's like ridiculous. This dude's becoming like the top player in the horror genre.
Yeah,
So
you're-
I see we have a Smile 2 coming out next October also.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. Skarsgård plays Nosferatu. Wow. There's Nicholas. All right, Nicholas Holtz. Nicholas Holtz, who, look at this. My God.
Here.
Yeah.
Look at that with the shadow.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Lily Rose Depp too. She's good. She's got some chops. I'm excited, man. I just whatever. I'm in it. I'm down. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, they are making a sequel to Smile. Bill Skarsgård, Lily Rose Depp, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Nicholas Holt. Okay. Wow. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Now the Strangers trilogy. That's interesting. That kind of came out of left field. And I enjoyed those films. I don't remember them very well. I remember the first one having a really big impact on me. Because it was a hard R in theater movie. I didn't like the second one that much. I thought it was okay. Shah, what's your take on The Strangers?
Love the first one, never seen the second one. But they legitimately make me feel uncomfortable. Like those type of movies freak me out. So home invasion films and me, man, we don't get along. Like that's the stuff that actually scares me.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely check that out. I'm assuming it's probably gonna come out Halloweenish.
Yeah, I think in the summer possibly. And of course, B Show, are you a fan of The Strangers?
Very much so. Yeah. The best line from the movie, I think people quote it all the time, is "Why are
right.
you doing this?" Because you answered. It's just
Because you were
such.
home.
Because you were home. There you go. It's just amazing. And Liv Tyler, I had a huge crush on her back in the day.
She looked great in that movie too. She was gorgeous. Yeah, gorgeous.
She's a
So
great
we'll see.
actor.
I mean, a lot of hype on that. And of course, a lot of hype internally and externally on this motherfucker. Because apparently some news leaked this week that Maxine is a hard R gore fest from start to finish. And we're talking about Maxine, the sequel to X in the trilogy, kicked off with X, followed up by Pearl, which many people feel is just a genre picture almost at this point with how popular Pearl is with people. Shah, Maxine, I mean, another movie that just has to be fantastic, right? I mean, it just looks like it's just got to knock it out of the park.
Yeah, that's definitely most anticipated for me. Maxine, then probably Nosferatu, then Terrifier.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably my three.
Yeah, Maxine is dude, that's
oh god.
I'm gonna be so fucking happy the day that comes out, dude. I loved Pearl. I know that gets a lot of hate for some reason. I don't know why people don't like Pearl.
Really?
Yeah, I see nothing but praise for Pearl.
Really? Yeah, all over the horror forums, people love X and they don't seem to enjoy Pearl nearly.
Pearl's more art house than X. I mean, X
yeah, but I like Pearl. I prefer Pearl over.
I probably like X a little bit more. I've rewatched Pearl a lot because it's on cable a lot. X too. B Show, you would prefer Pearl over X?
Yeah, just stylistically. Nothing wrong with X. I thought X was fantastic, but just Pearl was so different and had a very almost like a twisted Wizard of Oz, psychotic type of feel to it.
Oh yeah, you'll never see it. There'll never be another movie like that. Let's be honest. I mean, we like Ty West anyway. All of us were fans of Ty West, but like, regardless of who made Pearl, like they're going to be talking about Pearl, I think, in film school in like 10, 15 years. They could be like, here's a movie that was made on $1 million, like in like a couple weeks, and Pearl was successful.
Wait till you watch Beau is Afraid.
I can't. I'm doing it tomorrow. Got news for you. I'm doing it tomorrow.
There's going to be nothing like that movie, man.
And last but not least, we are getting another Saw. I don't know what the plot will be. There's no real, the most recent one I enjoyed. It was good, but it was kind of in between other movies. B Show, Saw 11. Okay.
I'll quote Mel Brooks. Saw 11, the search for more money. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Money. Yeah.
You saw Saw X, right?
Yeah, in theaters.
And you said it was fine.
It was fine. People like I saw the reviews for it. People were like, "This is the goriest. This is the best sauce since the first one." Or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, okay." It wasn't. It was okay. I liked it fine. It didn't blow me away, but you saw it in theaters too, right, Bisho?
I didn't see Saw. No,
Okay, you saw it though. You didn't see it in theaters.
I didn't. No, I didn't see Saw yet. I've not seen that.
Oh,
I caught it
Shah,
on.
did you see it in theaters?
Yeah, I didn't see it in theaters, but I have it. I bought it.
You didn't watch it yet though.
No, I did. I actually I think it's probably in the top 3 out of all.
Yeah,
of
you
them.
had said that, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it might be, but I'm just like, comparatively speaking, like when Saw was a thing, we didn't have a lot of this other good shit going on.
Because
So
Saw doesn't hold up that well. If you watch the earlier ones,
yeah,
like the technology they used for like the sequences that they're showing clips and stuff like that,
yeah,
it looks so early 2000 that it just kind of takes you out of the movie.
yeah,
So now that they can actually make it look like a fucking good movie, I think they have a lot of potential. But I don't need a yearly Saw. I don't need that.
11. Wow, unreal. 11. There'll be
They're
more
gonna go to like
Saws.
25, dude. They're gonna go
Yeah,
to so
there'll be
many.
more Saws than Friday the 13th and
Yeah.
Halloween's at this point. Like, and you can combine some of these franchises, right, B-Show? And there's more.
I would imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if they can, put it on the shelf for a couple of years and then make 30, 40 million with it after a
Yeah,
break.
and it makes money. Look, it's going to make money. It's a profitability thing. It's going to make money. It's going to get hype. People are going to get hyped. They're going to talk about it. They're going to share it. They're going to talk about it on all their platforms. But we're moving on to Patreon. We have a bunch of stuff we want to get to there, and we're going to move into our plugs. We're going to plug Deathmatch Outlaws. We're going to plug the Drucifer Yarcifer Experiencer. Cassette Classics 86 on YouTube, and of course the Down on the Thundercast. Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle, they've reunited. They have gotten back together. They will have a weekly show like the classic show, starting on Mondays following Raw, which was their time slot. So that's I know a lot of people have been asking me about that online. Yes, that is happening. So shout out there. And of course, Necromaniacs podcast. They did their year review recently. You should be checking that out. The Human Experience podcast. And of course, Ringside is Wrestling on YouTube. Mojo and Dirk's Most Dastardly Show. And we have Garden of Doom. We have the Old Guy Metalcast. And of course, funkbetty.com, our good friend Ronald Anderson's clothing line. You want to be checking them out, getting some new stuff for the winter. MJW Games and Cherry Jesus on YouTube and his band Kaiser. You can download his album. Red River Podcast. I'll be joining Sam Hoyos, lead singer of the band Playing Dead and host of the Red River Podcast. I'll be doing a special episode with him in a couple weeks. So keep an eye out for that. And of course, Bayou Geeks, that's our good friend over at Fatty 316 there. And the High Marks Podcast, the Midnight Mass Creature Cast. And of course, we have the Weekly Detour with Anthony Alston, our good friend, and his good buddy Teddy. And Guns and Geeks Podcast. Shah, anything happening on Planet Mondo before the calendar becomes 2024?
No, not until the new year. Hoping to do some stuff in January, but nothing right now.
Okay. And B-Show, anything on the B-Show Brian channel before?
Same. I was kicking a few things around today, but I'm just going to take some time after the first of the year to really figure out what I want to do with the channel. Probably go back to the beginning, which was, short mini documentary style stuff.
Yeah.
And then throw a few things in there because people seem to like those more than it gets to a point where like, I know putting up clips all the time and reactions, that's what people watch, algorithm, whatever. But at some point you just have to do what you enjoy. So getting back to it.
Well, people should be hitting the subscribe button to Planet Mondo. They should be hitting the subscribe button to the B Show Brian Show channel, and also hit that fucking subscribe button on YouTube for us, right, Shah? That would be a nice way to end the new year.
Yeah, and if you're watching live, hit that like button, please.
Yes, and tell a friend.
Or later.
Do it later. We hope you guys have a happy and healthy, safe new year. For Patreon people, you're going to get your additional bonus show tonight. And also you'll get your end of the year bonus show. And we want to thank you guys for a wonderful 2023. Have a safe New Year's. We'll see you in 2024.
Peace.